Right at it. Right at it.
Oh,
And he's done it again. Just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 172 of the Go Get That podcast. This is the Sony Open preview for the 2026 PGA Tour season. Lots to get into here, including the return of the podcast namesake. But obviously, we also have some news about Koepka coming back that we didn't discuss in our 2026 kind of schedule preview, which is up on YouTube and will probably not be making it to Spotify, unfortunately. So maybe we'll tap into a little bit of that here as well. But good to see you, fellas. The season commences in 2 days, and we start out in Hawaii. Big year ahead. Obviously, only year two of 15, but a fun-ish tournament to kind of get it rolling. No Sentry this year, which is interesting, but uh, Bob, Jordan, how we doing today?
Doesn't change our schedule.
No.
But it is fun to be talking golf like this again. You know, it's this tournament or the Sentry every year where I'm not, it doesn't really feel like golf season, and then boom, Thursday happens, like hits the ball, and all of a sudden you're right back in the swing of things with either a 40-footer on one or a missed 3-footer on one, and you're just like, we're right back, no matter which one it is. So yeah, it's fun to be back with you gentlemen for another year. This is our what is this, fourth full season now that we're starting? Fifth full season?
Yeah, season 4.
Four.
My lucky number.
Yes. So, yeah, a few things touch on just to open up some early thoughts. No expectations, or how I already said that in the past episode, but that's kind of how I'm looking at this week. We know that Spieth likes to have a preseason. At least it's happening in Hawaii this year. Last year, it was the preseason was in signature events. So glad that we can get our rust out of the way here, which is fine. That's how it's meant to be. The first two tournaments, the Spieth historically has some good stuff, some good mojo in Hawaii, some bad as well. But yeah, I'm just excited to get back in the swing of things. I think that's the biggest part, and I know you guys share that sentiment. Apologize for my nasally voice as Jordan and I are under the weather, but I am excited to talk some golf today.
Got the hot tea going, yep. While Jordan's down in the beautiful Hawaii 75, 80 degree weather. Bob was home over winter break in the cool northeast of the US with me over here on the East Coast, and we're both under the weather. So that sucks. But anyway, yeah, kind of summed it up last episode. Excited to be back with you boys. Beginning of a 9-month-long journey, hopefully, barring no injuries from Jordan on the wrist again or anything else. Cool to think we're getting it started this week, and then hopefully 7 months from now we'll all be together at Birkdale as he wins the Claret Jug again. But starting this week, yeah, no expectations whatsoever. I mean, the last time we saw him, he didn't beat a single player in the field, so tough to have any expectations. And the last time he was at this tournament, he was the first round leader and ended up on a flight home Friday afternoon. So that's not great. But yeah, Dan kind of said it, year two of the 15-year outlook, 1 year fully removed from wrist surgery. And kind of as we touched on, I think in the last episode, there's really no reason to not at least be better than last year. I mean, who knows what that ceiling is, but we're expecting better play this year for sure. And as you kind of said, Bob, it's awesome that we're actually playing in Hawaii. Get this one out of the way. And kind of as we learned today, I'm not sure if you heard this, Dan, he spoke with Doug Ferguson today or yesterday, and he will not be making the trip to Amex or Torrey Pines, barring a change of heart. So that's also interesting.
Yeah, the heart won't be changing. Not even sure why I included that part.
I
But
miscut this week. You never know. You never know.
No,
No.
oh, we hope that doesn't happen.
no, a miscut this week with this field would be not great, to say the least. I was just looking at some of the names up here on Data Golf. I mean, it's Data Golf's giving Rico Hoey a better chance to win this golf tournament. Uh, Christopher Rayton, better chance to win the golf tournament.
To be
Speed
fair, Hoey is like
just
a
in front of Mike
high.
Kim.
Hoey's a high ceiling player. I mean, if he can do anything on the greens, he's. I'm pretty sure on Data Golf, he's one of the better iron players in the world, right?
He was
Rico is
used in a triple double last year numerously.
I mean, he is
yes.
just a horrendous putter.
I believe I played him at the Players, which is an incredible use.
Do
But yeah,
we?
he's one of the great ball strikers and one of the poor putters in the world.
I'm sure we'll get into this later, but with Koepka returning at Torrey Pines, do we think he's happy, sad to hear that Spieth won't be making the trip? Because
Sure,
I know
Koepka
we
is
have.
I don't
indifferent.
worry about it.
Koepka
That,
doesn't
that would
want
be
to
my
Spieth
take.
out from contending at any tournament he's in contention at.
It's funny you mentioned Koepka. Spieth was actually asked about him, whether that interview was today or yesterday. Of course, Spieth, the politician, didn't really care one way or the other, and it's not like he was going to throw Brooks under the bus, but Spieth seemed plenty fine with Brooks returning, for what that's worth.
It's an
Yeah, I mean, I'm
interesting.
I'm excited to have him back.
Yeah, I'd rather have Koepka back than not back. Um, it's kind of diving more into the Sony here. It's not and this is kind of what we've been talking about for 12 months now in some sense. There's not really a fit for the man of the hour. There's not a course fit. I think you kind of look at some of the success he had here earlier in his career, and it makes a lot of sense, right? He's a good wedge player, maybe not the longest off the tee, and wedge it around there and make some putts. Neither of which are uh, I would consider the strength of the game these days. So I think really it's going to be interesting to see how often the driver comes out because this YLA Country Club will limit that just inherently with how it's set up. But if the driver's working, which assuming it's not cracked, which I guess we do kind of have to pay attention to these days, um, it could be a weapon, right? Get you a lot of kind of short wedges into these holes and attack. So good golf course, challenging in certain spots. But obviously, I'm not sure what the weather's been recently, but they can certainly go low out here. So certainly shooting for a couple under a side, I think, is kind of what you're looking for on each nine.
Yeah, no, you mentioned the driver, just doing some of my research and my world famous modeling coming into this episode. Driver helps. I mean, if you can hit it accurately here, it helps. It's not one of the courses I think you'd think of maybe like a Hilton Head where you can't hit it just because, I mean, you can't. Here you can. You got to be accurate with it, but it certainly helps. You can pull it on quite a few holes if you choose to. And yeah, if he's got it, on a string, he could, as you kind of said, Dan, give himself some wedge opportunities. And you mentioned the weather. Believe we got tee times. He's what, late early,
Believe he's late early.
late
Yes.
early, and it's looking like he's got the crappier wave per a couple sources who might not be great sources, but that's all we got. Um, but it's going to
Wind
be
related.
windy. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
going to be windy, which will be fun. Maybe not for him, but what do we got here? Uh, 10 to 15, pretty sustained with gusts north of 20 pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So that sounds like fun.
Yeah, cheers to that. It's better than a flat golf course with no wind or uh difficulty really with the weather. I do think if it's windy and it's supposed to be sunny, I believe, hopefully it dries out and gets a little firm. Just kind of reading some of the comments that Spieth made to Mr. Ferguson. Um, and on paper, Sony does make some sense, right? It's a little bit more suited to what he's been apparently, or at least so he says, practicing in Dallas, which is kind of smaller Bermuda greens, a little windy, smoother surfaces. So,
Confirms he was
um,
practicing.
we'll see. I'm excited though. Some primetime golf on Thursday evening. I don't believe he tees off till 5 Eastern or so, which will be great. I'll be out of work about not too long after that and can enjoy hopefully the rest of the round. Um, and see if we can get this season kind of kickstarted the right way. I know 2024, obviously we had that nice jolt with the solo third at the Sentry, but nothing really amounted after that. And then obviously last year we were got the wrist jammed on hole 10 or whatever. So uh, be nice to see a solid start and get us off and rolling here in 2026. And it seems like the right spot to do it compared to Amex and Torrey. If we're gonna look at those as other potential options for starting here. So makes some
No,
sense that he's here.
it's definitely the right starting spot. Bob's alluded to it a couple times last episode about not playing in the fall at all when he was outside looking in the FedEx Cup top 70 or whatever it is. It's interesting. He did say, I think back in the Bahamas that he was planning on playing a lot on the West Coast, and it looks like we're just going to be playing the same old events as usual. Um, I know in our schedule recap, I was kind of thinking maybe Amex, and he kind of shut that down, obviously. You guys got any thoughts on him not, adding another one? I assume if not adding another one, maybe the cog's going nowhere. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's quality over quantity for me. Um, I don't really care that he's not playing early in the season as much. I'd much rather see him to played in the fall to get his way in. I don't really care that he's not playing any more than he wants to in the spring, as long as the quality's good. I mean, if you're not gonna play as many tournaments as the grinders, you have to be playing better than them and playing up to the standard that you hold yourself to. So if we're gonna play the same old tournaments, I mean, his schedule in the spring is the same as it was when he was at his peak, basically, give or take a tournament or two. So that's kind of the schedule standard that you have to hold yourself to. I mean, Rory McIlroy only plays a certain amount of FedEx Cup events each year, um, and he still finds his way into the top five every East Lake. So it really is quality over quantity for me. It just can't be. It just can't be all like wasting tournaments if you're going to be playing less of them.
No, and it's tough to know. We've kind of touched on this a few times. Like tough to know what level of quality to expect right out of the gates. I know you guys came in and said no expectations. And I think that's probably broadly true. But you also sort of alluded to it, Jordan. Like there's no reason it should be worse than last year. And you would expect it to be more consistent. You'd expect there to be some more contention, just more elevated finishes. So I think obviously we're gonna have to kind of see how it plays out. And there's a lot of golf to be played, but you certainly don't come off the hero feeling like, man, we're right there. Like good things are gonna happen. And so this week's and you could say every week's equally as important, but this week feels um fun and exciting and also a good chance to kind of kickstart hopefully a season that matches expectations for the first time in uh quite a while at this point.
Well stated. Um, Yeah, I guess I did my model. Where do you guys think he slots in the model?
27th.
Well, actually, I know. Could you put it in chat?
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. You're right. Well,
Maybe a
Dan,
little
that's a good
higher.
guess. 35th.
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 Hmm.
Again, doesn't mean it's an accurate model,
No,
but
but
I
that's
mean,
Clearly in there.
30, 30. I can't even. I mean, I definitely can recognize more than 35 guys in this field, but it's
it's
not a great
actually
field.
not as, yeah, I mean, it's not that terrible though.
Well, for the Sony, it's not a terrible field.
Yeah, I mean, you got Henley, Griffin, Connors, Morikawa, Berger, Brian Harmon,
Hideki, Bradley,
Hideki. Yeah, like it's speaking of, yeah, Hideki and Bradley, who
yeah,
Jordan will be
playing
playing
partners
with.
this week.
No, it's not a terrible field, but again, it's gonna come back to, I think, like in terms of expectations, it's like I think one of the things I'd like to see like early in the first 4 or 5 events is can he do something in his game very well? Just one thing. Whether it be he, chips it great every single week or putts well 4 out of the 5 weeks. Big ask for him, obviously. Approach game is good for it. Like you got to do something really well. It's just like again, we keep coming back to it. There's no course fit because he doesn't do anything very well. So it's funny. Golf
Yeah.
Digest kind of did like a Instagram post talking about like how in baseball they have like 5 tool players if you can do everything well,
Yeah,
4 tool. They did it for golf, and so they didn't mention Spieth, but notable 0 tool players. Players that lack a true golf superpower. Homa, Finau, Tom Kim, Brian Harmon, Rasmus Højgaard. It's tough to see Spieth not falling into that category.
It's tough to see Brian Harmon fall into that
It
category.
is.
He's a
Like he's
superhuman on the greens.
I know. Has his
He,
putting been bad as of late?
it
That
might have
does
had a
make
bad
sense.
year, but I know I'd trust him with a 10-footer.
Yeah. No, I fully
My
agree.
thing with Spieth and the superpower thing is this is something I was thinking about over the off season. In 20 in the first slump we had, thanks for 2 slumps.
It's
two
the
In the
longer
deaths.
one.
first 3+ year slump we had, he always had a superpower. It was the putter for a year and a half, and it was
Short game.
the short game. Like there was just something that you could always like when you kind of feel something's gonna go well. There's not really a part of that game that makes you feel that way now and in this with this Jordan Spieth. So yeah, I'm it's a little unfortunate, but hopefully new year, new Spieth.
Yeah. No, he's been busting his rear end apparently the last 5 months to not play embarrassing golf. So,
Source.
I mean, the source is kind of him. I mean, he was
Yeah.
even fed up in the Bahamas with some of the stuff he was
Yes.
doing, which was, good to see the fight. But, we need results. This is a results-oriented business.
Did he finish
It is.
Opar in the Bahamas?
No, I don't think so. Which was a win. Um, even overall, even par.
No, it was a tie game with the golf course.
I guess. No blood. No blood.
Held serve. It did.
It held,
It's
it held
incredible.
so. It's funny too, because on a strokes game basis, that was his worst event all 2025.
Yeah.
Granted, a smaller field, but he lost by 22 shots. No bueno.
Yeah. Can't be losing by 22 shots.
No,
Just
no,
can't do it.
it's not a
The,
recipe for success.
the Jordan and I were talking, Bob, about um if you looked at a successful season in terms of how many times Spieth beats Scheffler, uh, and we were saying that 4 is probably a very good season. And for reference, he's won in his last 25, and Scheffler's beat him in
Um,
13 straight since Phoenix
that's a
last
really
year.
nasty way to look at it because Yeah, I mean,
The original number we floated was 6, but then you dive into it and you're like, that would be an elite season. You beat Scheffler 6 out of 15 times, you're probably winning twice.
at least I didn't even say three.
Potentially.
The Vegas
I mean, if
line's
he
probably what, two and
beats
a half?
beat three, if he beats Scheffler three times, that means that's like, I mean, Scheffler finishes top three like half of the events they play the same event.
Yeah.
So it would at the very least mean a lot of top tens.
Yeah. I mean, his one win in 25 was Phoenix, which was his best finish, arguably, of the season, right? So,
Yeah.
um,
Maybe that's why he's not going to the American Express. He's just stuck in Scheffler.
he, I was reading the comments. He said he doesn't want to learn 3 courses.
The chat did not react very kindly to that. Putting that
Interesting.
That
out.
was unbelievable.
I think that's fair.
Fair.
I
What's
wouldn't.
there to
I
learn at
also,
a course where the winning score's 30 on 3 courses where the winning score's 30 under? It's point and shoot.
Yeah, I that's a pretty pathetic response, but I mean, that's something that you could say when you're 45. I don't know if
I
that's something you can say right now.
maybe. I hate the MX because of the 3 courses. So
I,
I'm
I
glad
will give
he's
Spieth
not
this
there.
though. If you asked me, would I rather him play Amex or the Cog, I would say the Cog.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
So you think he's gonna
Play
play
well.
neither of them? Oh, it's because
Yeah,
he's gonna be at the API.
Yeah, because he can't play
correct.
COG and API. If he plays
That's
COG, we're in big trouble.
Yes, if he's back at the cog, we have problems.
I mean, I'd say it's 50-50 right now. It's a brutal coin flip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I should still have the
suppose.
schedule up, unless I put it away. I'm trying to see what our first five. Okay, let's take Amex off. He's got Sony, Phoenix, Pebble, Genesis are the four. We know he's playing those four. And then
Yeah,
after that would be eight. Sorry, so he's got four events to both get into API and show some respectability.
correct. And he's into Pebble, obviously. But I think he's into Genesis on his own number.
Yes.
I believe
Champagne
because
was
Thomas is
popped.
out, Dietrich is out. Um, was I mean, I know Ben On is now leaving for Live. Uh, was he a top 50 guy last year?
I don't think so. I think he was terrible last year. I
Okay,
might be wrong though. He's
maybe not.
103rd in the DG ranks.
Okay,
He
because
played 28 times in 2025.
sheesh, that's a lot.
Love to have a golf for the place.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't play
Okay.
well.
Regardless.
You mentioned Ben On. We got to touch a little bit on the Korean Golf Club, Stinger
Southern Guards.
GC. Yes, the Southern Guards. Some big changes outside of Brooks to the live
Yeah, I
landscape.
know. I feel like I don't have much to talk on with Sony just because we have so much that we kind of need to see something to have a sort of
Take.
pool to dive into. But yeah, I mean, Liv is it's an interesting situation over there. I think that well, Rom and Bryson kind of hold all the chips now. Um,
Yeah.
and Mickelson, of course. Um,
Well, well, he
so
got boned in the Riyadh, the member
well,
Riyadh.
Mickelson wouldn't leave the High Flyers anyways. So he's a loyal man, unlike others. Um,
Well, there wasn't a
but
rebrand.
Kepka will be. I mean, Kepka doesn't seem like a huge loss when you think about it. Like he seems like a bigger gain for the PGA Tour than he is a loss for Live.
Yeah.
Because Brooks didn't really play into their game anyways. Like he wore Nike every week. Like he never like really promoted his team, and he was a captain. So I don't think it matters that much for Liv. Um, I don't really know what's up with all the rebranding. I mean, what's the point? Um, I know there are probably millions out there that are upset that their Ironheads gear is now useless. Um, though some would say it would be a collector's item down the road.
That's true.
Um,
That is a great
but
point.
yeah, I mean, I almost purchased a Stinger hat, so it's unfortunate to see that go as well. That had to be a problem with upper management, as Jordan touched on
Yes.
earlier. Because that brand was one of the faces of golf, along with the high flyers. So to see that go is really unfortunate. Um, and yeah, I don't know. The funny thing about Korean golf club is I've seen a lot of. So are they only allowed to trade for players of Asian descent?
I
Well,
mean, when
they
you
got to
name
be
Are they
Korean.
not
yourself
allowed to
a
engage
golf,
in trade contracts with the Gooches of the world, who seems to be um, the one who's
non-Korean.
getting tossed around?
It would be funny if they signed James Pyatt to
Yes. Well,
a two
Pyatt's off
tournament
live,
contract.
right?
Like Pyatt is not on live. No, he got demoted very quickly.
Back on the tour, I believe.
Not the PGA Tour.
I think he's playing Corn Ferry.
Yes.
Oh, chills.
Yep.
Good for
He
Pyatt.
Yeah.
they won the USAM.
I do think uh, your point about Koepka being an ad or a greater benefit to the PGA Tour versus a smaller loss is fair. And I also think that the PGA Tour giving him that avenue is also Brian Rolap making kind of those demands in terms of equity and like no equity for Koepka in 5 years. He doesn't get any of the big purses, no sponsors invites unless he has to play his way into this stuff. Um, seems fair. Like if Koepka is healthy, which I kind of is a big question, right? But if he's
Right.
healthy and he finds some form, like that's a dude that is a dog at major championships, and you'd rather have him rocking PGA Tour uh credentials, I guess. I'm not really sure like
I mean, yeah.
what
I
he'd
mean,
be
it would
rocking,
be.
but point is like he'll grow if he plays well, he'll grow the equity of the tour, which will go into the pockets of the other players because he won't have the
Yeah.
equity for 5 years. And when he's 6 years from now, Brooks Koepka probably, I mean, he doesn't strike me as the guy that's got a few majors in him at 40 unless he gets scarily healthy, but that seems like we're past the point where Koepka is going to be a healthy 42-year-old that's playing some really good
Yeah.
golf.
I think it's exciting for golf because it does seem like now Kepka's got one more major push in him, because he's got the drive at the very least to come back and play competitively like this. Um, so I mean, he could have taken that money. He would have been one of those players who, if he took that money and just kind of retired, it wouldn't have been that shocking.
Yeah.
But he's not. He wants to come back and play the tour. It's also exciting because, like, he contends at like some of those events in the Florida swing and
Phoenix.
in early April.
Phoenix,
Like, I
yeah.
mean, that would be a big storyline going into the Masters if he's playing well. So it would be it's good for golf if he's playing well going into the majors, because I think the story of him coming back to the PGA Tour, I mean, that would be pretty awesome to see him win a major. Um,
Yeah.
I'll certainly be rooting him on. So yeah, I think overall it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. He's arguably the greatest champion post Tiger era. Um and so to have that, back on
Yeah.
one tour. I also it'll be interesting to hear his I imagine he'll have a press conference at Torrey where he's set to return. Um will be interesting to hear what he has to say because who knows what the questions will look like, how in depth they'll get. Um or what they'll try and get out of him, but I imagine there will be some interesting information shared, whether it's very blunt or kind of have to read between the lines, or uh, I don't know. I'm just trying to remember how Kepka speaks on things, but it's usually got a lot of confidence backed in it. So I'd be curious to hear what he has to say for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Also,
Shall we
Yes,
pivot?
triple double.
Triple double.
Yes, so we have a new format this year that Jordan proposed. We switch it every year. Believe we'll do the same purse as last year. That sounds pretty fair for
Yeah.
the entire
Same
season.
purse. Yes.
Yes.
No
$100
upgraded purses
buy-in,
on the
$300
tour.
purse. Yes.
On the Go Get That pod.
Yes. Some would say it's the equity program.
speaking of money, do we want to talk JS Family Foundation first, or do we want to do that
Oh yes.
Yes, I think
after?
yeah, I forgot I have
Probably
to make a
news,
graphic
but
that we can
you're good.
I can do that tomorrow so we can get it
We
up.
want to just run back the same.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the same thing's good. Yeah.
Can we
So
exceed? We so
That's not a
we
bet.
raised $710 last year. Can
oh,
we?
we better.
Yeah, I mean, if we're thinking he's going to be a lot better this year, it could be a grand.
Yes.
Maybe that should be the goal.
I mean, the
$1,000
goal.
to the JSF. JSFF
That's the only one that can determine that. Well,
via
if
his
our
play.
wonderful viewers would love to join us, that'd be awesome as well.
Yeah.
Jordan,
And they can turn down the dollar amounts because
yes.
we're splitting it by three, which is
Yeah.
why they are the way that they are. Um, but I think it's good, and you know, hoping to sending, money to a good spot, and if I'm sending more of it, it means good things are happening. Maybe we turn down Eagles just a little bit. But
It was only fitting he would be like top 10.
because the amount of Eagles we had last year was
The
absurd
amount
for
of, no, not
somebody
even the amount of Eagles, the amount of meaningless.
seriously out of contention.
Meaning he was doing it for the foundation, man.
Yes.
True.
We would
Fair
be
enough.
waking up at 6:30 in the morning when he was dead last, and it would be $20 out of our pockets.
Yes, exactly. That
I
was that
suspect a
was probably
reversion to the mean there.
the best part of the PGA Championship was I think he made two Eagles, or same with the players, right? There were maybe three or four Eagles between the two of those tournaments, and we got a miscut in a solo 59. But alas, it's all going to a good place, and it was fun to kind of keep that tally on the side. So we're definitely want to run that back, and looking forward to putting up some big numbers there, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But
Triple
that's
double format
yeah, go for it.
this year will be a snake draft. Cannot pick the same players, but every week is free game. So same. We're doing earnings again, but it is a snake draft. So the
Yeah, but
order
it's
will
still
be
triple
me.
double, so you can only take guys twice.
Oh, you can only take guys twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. So the premise of it is just so that we don't have like the same, like in total there will be 9 different guys that we're playing. And we will each have 3 different ones on our team. So we need to come prepared with a few more players than we have in the past, which is good.
It's actually fitting too, because the first tournament we did last year, we all had JT at the Sentry.
That's Mr. Thomas.
It's like there's
Won't
no
be seeing
rooting
him for a
against
while.
anyone. Yeah. Well, yes. Yes. Bob,
But
you're up.
I am up. So the order will be me, Dan, Jordan this week. Next week it'll be Dan, Jordan, me. The week after, Jordan, me, Dan, and so on and so on. So yeah, here we go. With my first pick, I am going to go with Hideki.
Ooh,
I get off to an early
baller.
lead.
Out of the gates. I like that pick though. I mean, he plays well here. Like
Plays
this is
great here.
yeah, this is
There aren't
a
many courses where I'm like, I really want to take Hideki. He kind of
that's
just
fair.
floats.
That's
I
fair.
do like that.
Yeah, I dig it. Man, there's a couple guys I am excited about. Um, but I think I can maybe get this guy in round two, so I will wait. Um, Actually, nah, we ball. The Dans will select Nick Taylor with his first pick.
Nick Taylor, Canada.
Yes,
Doug
the
Smith,
Canadian.
Louisville.
2 picks for Jordan.
Ooh, well, it's funny. I think I can get my top guy last. So, we will go with, I believe the most tipped guy is Echeverria.
Ooh,
I think that's according to Golf Tips Checker. I think he's first. So yeah, we'll go with him. Is that Venezuela?
I believe it's
What's the
no, I
flag is
believe
that?
it's
It might be Colombia.
I think it's Colombia, yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, because I mean,
Colombian.
yeah. John Vegas. Is he in the field this week?
Uh he's probably too busy partying.
Yes. Not in the field. Not in the field. About to say he will be a hot commodity in triple double once he returns.
Yes. Free man.
Oh, it's my turn again. All right. I think I can get my first guy last. We'll go Jake Knapp.
Okay.
We'll go Knapp.
Interesting.
And then I'll just ask for one of you guys to take. I got to dodge 4 bullets.
Okay. Um, the Dan's second pick will be Eric Cole
Wow.
from America. He's been inconsistent. He had a pretty tough stretch at the end of last year, but uh, rolled in a T21 at the RSM in November, and has played the Sony pretty well. T13 and a solo 5 in his last 2 starts here.
All right. Um Bob's will be selecting out of the United States, Mr. M. Kim, Mr. Twitter
Oh,
himself.
Like,
Um,
M. Kim. Welcome to
yes.
the Bobs this week.
Yes. This is his seat. This is his type of year. I mean, this is his time of year, and he played well all fall, really. So, yeah, I like this course for him. And finally, Bob's will be selecting out of England, Harry Hall.
some big boys right out of the gate, Bob.
Mr. Hall.
I won't be picking Harry Hall in any big boy tournaments.
There.
That
Yeah.
just won't be happening.
I remember when I was claiming for him to make the Ryder Cup team.
My
He
mic
probably
is poor.
he probably should have made the Ryder Cup team.
I didn't need him.
Um, with my last pick, I'm trying to find the tournament. You know, this last pick is something, but with the third pick or the third round pick for the Dans. Wait, Bob, you took your 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The third round pick for the Dans will be Mr. Jordan Smith from England.
You're a
Uh,
tease, a tease.
yeah, he plays a ton of golf.
Not Spieth. Not
Is
Spieth.
not playing like particularly great, but three straight top 20s over the pond. Um, I believe it's his first season kind of fully over here on the PGA Tour, but solid player. It looks like when he's at his best, he's really accurate off the tee. So I feeling like it could be a solid week for the kid, for the lad, excuse me.
Thanks for the wad. My top pick, and you mentioned him earlier, Dan. Mr. Chris Righton.
Oh my goodness.
This dude, I mean, he doesn't even have a photo on Data Golf. Doesn't even
I
have a damn
thought about
photo.
I thought about taking him. I know
He,
at least
yeah, he was number one in my model too. I think he's a great course fit. Um, 39th in the Data Golf rankings, doesn't even have a damn photo, and he won the Nedbank about a month ago
yeah.
against a pretty weak field down in South Africa. But he might be a breakout player this year. Who knows?
Yeah, he
Um,
could be. Looks like a flusher. He putted his ass off in South Africa.
yeah. I
Um,
wonder if he introduces him because he's been pretty much exclusively a Euro Tour dude, and
yeah.
playing the Sony Open kind of makes me wonder if he's
Yeah.
making the transition.
Yeah, I think he probably, well, I don't know off the top of my head how these cards are now scattered. Um, but he played, I mean, he won twice in 2025, had one, two, three, four, five, six other top five finishes. A lot of dark green boxes here. And then the two PGA Tour events he played were the Scottish, where he finished 13th, and the Open, where he had a T30 and just didn't putt very well. So, um, seems like we have a proper golfer. Uh, and we'll see if the Norwegian translates to Hawaii
A lot of
in
air
week one.
miles, that's for sure.
Yes.
But
But I like this format already. It adds a little spice. I am interested to see how it all pans out. But
I can imagine in May or June when we start using guys twice, it's gonna be very difficult.
well, yeah, I wonder if
'Cause so
like
many guys are gonna be off limits, and
yeah. Well, you'll kind of just have to see how it pans out. Because like you might try and get Scheffler in a major, but if you don't have like if he's the first pick, then it may you may
there's so
be
many
screwed at it.
signature events at least though.
True. So you got to plan wisely.
The live
But
guys could be
Yeah.
interesting though with the only one use. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We
But
before we say goodbye, I just received a DM and a question to answer
I'm
from Clay. He
oh,
asks,
Fan of the program.
will Spieth be interviewed tomorrow?
It's looking
Would
like a
be a
negative,
no.
Clay.
that would be no.
No. So thank
Potentially
you for the
Thursday.
question.
He plays well.
Thank you for the question, Clay. And that is all I have. Does anyone else
I
have
wish
any
Clay had a
final thoughts?
question for Spieth.
I'm sure he has plenty.
Yeah. I have a lot, to be fair.
Stuck in the media.
stuck in the media.
Yeah, exactly. Our one year our credentials will get improved.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will.
Be good for
Yeah.
golf.
No, great for golf. We're great for golf. I mean, just wait till we get our hands on some more drama like the Saracen news. That was
Oh my God. Talk about breaking news.
that was that
Exposing the fraud in the history of the great sport.
yes, it's some damning evidence as well. So it's a tough look
Undeniable.
for Mr.
Proved it
Saracen.
beyond a reasonable doubt.
They send it to us. We're New York basically in this scenario, and we'll overturn the call on Sarazen. But yeah, like you can tell, we're pumped up for this week. I mean, the first tee shot of the season is gonna be awesome. Just seeing, your
It's
guys,
gonna be pretty electric.
Bob, your tweet, and then Jordan's story. Hopefully, it's a zebra emoji followed by some dartboard emojis, but um, very possible it's one of those. I love the arrows. It's just like 4 left, and it's just a bunch of arrows. One left. It's like, oh, we're off to a hot start.
Or the giant red X.
Yes, the giant.
Can't miss there.
The giant red X, the splash emoji.
I would
We
be
need to
shocked
leave
if
the
train
splash
tracks
emoji in
goes.
2025.
Yes, the squares.
I like the odds of a train tracks emoji. I
Yeah.
don't know where. Maybe the Travelers. But
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
like our odds there.
I feel like he's good for one in the tracks at the Travelers.
Good for let a house.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
That could happen.
backyard. Well, yeah, pumped about it. Featured both days, so be fun to get back on ESPN Plus. We'll see who they have out there this
Mr. Burr.
Yes,
Hopefully McGinnis is out there.
McGinnis. I'm not sure they send McGinnis across the Pacific. He might be too valuable
Yes.
to
Yes.
put over that much water. So
Yes.
gotta get him rested for Phoenix anyway, or
Of course.
Torrey probably.
It's well said.
But we'll see. So
Yeah.
pumped up. I don't have anything else to say. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing everybody back on the kind of platforms and beginning the season here. So
But yeah. We'll see everyone in the
Completely
recap.
agree. Well said, Dan.
sounds good.
Peace,
Till next time.
everyone.
Peace out, y'all.